What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back again for another episode review of Raising Kanan, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 3, Episode 4, In Sheep's Clothing. Now, let me just tell you this. First of all, if I sound nasally again, and if you don't remember or haven't been here for the past couple of videos, I do have a little sinus infection. I am a little congested, but on the other hand, I'm okay. So forgive me if I sound weird. But we gonna get up into this episode. The episode was cute. Compared to the other 3 episodes, we didn't really get that much action, but it was still good at the same time. I'ma just put this out here right here on the beginning, okay? Before we actually get into the real episode, Ronnie and freaking Raquel, them two need to just go ahead and link up together, okay? Because at this point, they're neck and neck in the evil department, okay? They're like in a tight competition. You know, the lengths that they will go to get the things that they want. And just Ronnie, he just scares me. He scares me so much because he is so emotionalist. We have yet to see that man smile this season, and it's on episode 4. Baby, we finna go through 6 more episodes of this man just sitting here looking diabolical, okay? Like he is literally the devil in human form at this point. And I don't know, like a part of me kind of like it. I said, what is going on, Ashley? Because it's intriguing, because I'm just like, what is happening with this man? You know, we ain't seen Tim get out of prison and go get no woman. We ain't seen Tim do nothing but eat some cereal and try to link up and get back on the streets. That's just what he was doing, okay? But, excuse me. The episode starts off with one of Kanan's dudes getting locked up or getting chased down by the cops. And it was the guy that had the issue with running his business and doing the weed stuff or whatever. In the last episode, when he was like, I got to do all this and, you know, make extra hours and all this stuff. Like, I ain't trying to do all that. And, of course, you know, Kanan had to come through. And Kanan is the one that convinced him, his name is Javon, to just go ahead and do what you got to do, right? And so it looked like he was getting away, but then he got caught, right? And so Kanan calls Lou down to the police station to bail old boy out. And it's only because he tried to go in there and to get him out, but he had to have a parent or a guardian to do so. And Lou was like, nigga, I ain't neither one of that. He was like, I know, but I just need you to do this for me and all this stuff, whatever. And so Lou, of course, is going to do it, but he like, what the hell is you getting yourself into? You know what I'm saying? He's a little bit concerned, but that's his nephew, so he gonna go ahead and rock with him or whatever, because they got a connection. They both can't stand rock, so he gonna do what he gotta do for him. At this point in time, speaking of Raquel didn't buy that hair salon. She brought another building, okay, another place. It had like a payday loan type of situation. It's sign in the window or whatever, and she signed the papers. It was this white realtor or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. We knew that was going to happen. You know, this is all in a sense so that she can launder her money and wash it. The money that she's already got from the drug game, right? Baby, why she taking a for rent sign out the window, and she look out the window and she see the realtor talking to 2 cops across the street. I'm sitting here like, what? Mind you, the realtor just, yeah, you know, like I said, excuse me, what's going on? Why do you need to tell the cops what's happening? Then the cops gonna look over there with a big smile on their faces, look over there at Raquel while she up in the window, and then gonna tell her. So Raquel, standing in the middle of the street, they having this conversation, and basically it felt like a shakedown. Y'all know how y'all be looking at these TV shows or these movies or whatever when you get people coming into other people's territories, and then, you know, you got to pay them this and pay them that for protection and all that stuff. That's what it was very much given, because they was all up in her business, and I'm sitting here like, I feel like you doing this because she black, she's a woman, and you feel like, you know, she ain't got that much power, or she ain't got no protection around her, and she can be easily, you know, taken advantage of, because you keep throwing stuff out there, type of stuff. Oh yeah, this is a busy you know, area, and a lot of stuff goes on, and it could be dangerous, and if you need anything, you can, because this is our beat, you know what I'm saying, you can call us and we can stop things from happening just in case they want to happen before they happen. I said, wait a minute, sir, you basically putting it out there that if you don't follow and go with what we want to go with, you gonna do some stuff to my stuff. And basically I just was waiting for them to say, what's the payment? You gonna have to give us so and so amount of money each month or every 2 weeks or whatever for protection and all this stuff, so that, because it felt like they know who she is. And then gonna say some you and your son, you got your son that's in high school. I said, excuse me, and that's what gave it away right there. She said, how you know about my son being in high school? How do you know I even got a son? And it was like, because, we looked up everything about you, because, the realist told us that, you had somebody coming through, so, we looked up the information. I said, First of all, there is no internet. There is no Google. So what are you doing? What are you doing? Y'all was praying for real, for real. I said, what? Meanwhile, y'all know Raquel still got the FBI all up on her. Okay, all up on her. Meanwhile, here comes Ronnie. The first time we see Ronnie, he's going into this bar type diner dive situation, and he was like, "What's up, pops?" And it was this woman that was at the diner, right, at the bar. She turns around and she was like, oh my God, look at you looking like a sexy Urkel. I heard that you was out of jail already. Look at you looking fine as ever with them big old prison muscles and just feeling all up on them. Imagine she in a relationship. She in a relationship. Imagine they call her pops, and her man, who also played on The Wire too. He played one of the detectives. Y'all know Wendell. Okay, Wendell Pierce. He played one of the detectives on The Wire, where Dean also came from. Okay, we'll get to him in a little bit, but that's his girl. I don't know if that's his wife or whatever, but that's his lady. Okay, and he was like, well, damn, since you doing all that and saying this the type of nigga that you want, why the hell you with me? She said, you know what, I've been trying to figure that out this whole time. Girl, it's like an inside joke that they have with each other, because he didn't get mad. They were just kicking it with each other. And so basically he came over there to them because his name is Snaps on here. He's trying to get some money, get some capital or whatever, so that he can get back in the game, so he can get some product. And, at one point, they was basically trying to tell him, like, you need to follow what your brother is saying, okay? If you don't want to do that, then if you don't want to follow what Unique is doing, well, and just wait like he says, then you need to just go ahead and find a way to get your own money and to do your own thing, okay? Let them know who you are and all this stuff and woo, woo, woo. They eventually went on ahead and said that they're going to go ahead and give him some money, but he going to have to find it from somebody else to get the rest, okay? And so that wound up happening. They were sitting there with they matching tracksuits and everything. I said, not them up in purple and hunter green. I said, what is that, velvet? I said, not a velour tracksuit on both of them. Girl, Adidas got most of their money in the 80s, okay? Baby, when Run DMC came out with I Love My Adidas, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me they couldn't get nothing. Y'all thought Yeezys was something? Baby, let's calculate. I need somebody to calculate the sales of Adidas from the shoes, the tracksuits, and all of that from the 80s and put it into 2023 prices. I bet you it's on the same level as what Yeezys was, okay? And probably more. I feel like it's more. You know what I'm saying? But goddamn, because niggas just typical. Typical, right? Yeah, and he told, he wound up telling him that Unique up there fucking around with Rock. I said, you gotta stop. Ronnie has to go just for that. All right, just for that, because you talking a little bit too much for my liking, Meanwhile, since we talking about Unique, he over there with, the Asian guy that he was linked up with, who cousin, he wanted him to use his cousin place to do the I guess, get some more customers and all that stuff, whatever, get his own little outfit happen. But things ain't working away or as fast as the Asian guy would like. And so Ronnie is like, you have to, not Ronnie, but Unique is like, you got to hold on, okay? I'm in a new spot. I got to get the people and get the word out there, and it has to build up. So you just got to give me time, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, you don't want to bring too much attention too soon so that, you won't bring that negative attention. It was like, AKA the cops. Okay? You don't want that to happen, right? And so, he was like, all right, I'm going to give you a little bit more time to let you do what you got to do. And so, you got that happening. Then we see Marvin. He goes to this place called Vice. It's a newspaper place, where they are editorial place, doing the news and all that stuff, reporting and everything. And remember when he had to get that guy out of the crack house? That was Gerald, okay? And I had to remember who was Gerald. Gerald. That was the guy that was at his anger management, and I think they had got into it like his first day there, and then they became cool ever since. And basically, he came over there to his job to drop off his pass and his ID. And what we got out of this is they became cool. They're practically friends now. They're buddies, and he used the anger management class to combat his anger, which kind of stopped him from doing the drugs that he was doing as well. And since he don't have that class anymore, it's like, and then the fact that the teacher or girl, the prompter or whatever, that was Marvin's girl for 2 seconds, she died because she was murdered by accident. I guess it's just taking a toll on him, so that's why he was doing what he was doing with the drugs. And so, they basically came up, and mostly, which I'm so surprised, like Marvin is taking a different take on life or whatever, because usually, like when we first saw him, he would have never been, in no anger management class. He would have never been talking about let's be cool with each other. Let's have our own thing where we depend on each other outside of his family. No. So he's doing that with Gerald because obviously he do care about this man. You see this man is suffering. And I do like the fact that they are putting this in here again, because we get men who want to keep their feelings inside. And it is okay to lean on somebody. And sometimes you see that some men, I seen this video, whatever, that some men was talking about how they don't have nobody to talk to because don't nobody care about their feelings or whatever. I don't feel that's true. For the most part, but for some people it probably is, and if that is a real thing, that's messed up. I really feel like everybody should have that one person at least to go to, and that they can talk about their feelings and their emotions and let it out, whether you're a man or a woman. And so the fact that they coming together with this, I like this side of Marvin too. It's showing that these street niggas not all level my bed. It's giving like a human side to people, like, yeah, I'm out here doing this or whatever, but I'm also a good person, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing what I got to do because this is the hand I dealt, and I'm good at it, but I'm also, I got some duality to me as well, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, you got Detective Howard talking to the FBI agents, and they just trying to see what's going on with the Crown Camacho case. They are not buying this whole situation about the fact that Crown is the one that was running that Baisley projects with all the drug operation. He was just flooding the streets with everything. The Italians was coming after him. He owed money to them, and he was into it with them and all this stuff. They are not buying it. Even when Howard said, yeah, I'm looking into it too, and I just had no idea that he was this deep into the game like this. I'm even shocked. And it was like, but what we just seen is that, he's just a music producer, whatever, and he owned a record label, and then here comes Howard. And I felt some type of way about him putting this out there, because now you just made a stereotype about, especially back then in the early 90s or whatever, you could have just put a stereotype about, you see these black kids or these black men or whatever, and if they're in the music business, 9 out of 10, they're in the drug game too, because that's how he equated it. He was like, yeah, just because he a record producer or whatever, that's just being in the music business, or being a record producer or owning a record label, whatever, doing music. That's like the new crack to these guys. It's just a disguise. I said, shit, nigga, what? I understand that you trying to, cover tracks or whatever, but damn, you just put targets on a whole bunch of people backs that's really out here legitimately trying to do music and nothing else. Meanwhile, girl, the FBI agent was like, oh, okay, cool. So what's going on with your shooting? I said, bitch, I had forgot that he had got shot. Man, you Kanan was the one that did it. I said, child, all right. He said, I don't know, I was like, you tell me, because I ain't out there in South Jamaica right about now. We'll see. Okay? It kind of stopped him in his tracks, too. Meanwhile, we see Jukebox, she getting her little physical exam or whatever so that she can enlist in the army and all of that. I said, girl, we still going with this. She said, girl, yeah, for the most part, I don't see no future being out here, so I'm just need to go ahead and enlist. And so what bothered me, and this is what we've been talking about this whole week, if you've been living under a rock and have not been seeing the discussion about Dr. Jackie and black women and babies and mortality and all this stuff or whatever, girl, the doctor in bedside manner. So this lady gonna say, mind you, you can tell that she's a person of color. She could either be a white person or a white lady, or she could be a white Latina. Either or. She wasn't black. Now, when it came to the question about whether or not, Jukebox had a period, was she ever pregnant, anything of the such, she was like, no. Have you had sex? No. Okay, well, you can't go to the army and then think that you can just come through and pop up with a baby or whatever. She was like, girl, it won't be that way. And she was like, It was just the rude way that she was talking to her. I just didn't like it. It's like, can you just take her word for what it is? And it's like you believe that because, and I felt like, again, race does come into it. And I know somebody probably gonna be like, why is it always race? Because it is. Especially back then, you saw the way that she was talking to her, and she told her, I'm not even sexually active. I haven't had sex, and technically speaking, Jukebox technically still is a virgin. Just because she had, by societal, dealings, okay, standards or whatever, because she is a lesbian. She probably had sex with Nicole, probably. We don't know. But she never had sex with a man, okay? Never went all the way with a man, never had no penetration like that. So technically speaking, by society standards, she's still a virgin. And she telling the doctor, yeah, I know my body. Basically, I'm not sexually active. I'm not doing anything. I'm not pregnant, nothing like that. And she was just throwing it out there like, yeah, I don't believe you because that's what you niggas always do. Y'all always get knocked up and all that stuff. That was the air. And I was just like, oh my God, you just disgusted. I said, ew, bitch. Meanwhile, we get Kanan. Girl, we finally seen Kanan at school. I remember all last season, we was like, do Kanan even go to school anymore? We was sitting here trying to figure out what time of the year is this going on? Because is this the summertime? Is this the springtime? Because we ain't seen Kanan in school all year, okay? But he popped up in school today. I said, oh, Kanan, you up in school? He in school doing his little drug operation. Mind you, Raquel is sitting outside just staring at him, looking and all that stuff, and they're going to pop up, what you doing? And I was just like, man, in my goddamn business, what you doing? Okay, why don't you go to work? I'm at school. Why don't you go to work? Why are you here? All right, they just giving each other all of this stuff or whatever. And then he walked away from her. And he's in one of those schools where you got to go through the metal detectors and stuff. And it's a shame that, even depending on, it don't matter where it is, like most of these high schools these days have metal detectors. My school had one where you just walk through or whatever. And mind you, I went to one of the best schools out here in Chicago, so there's that. So you got that, and Raquel is just looking. I said, what you looking at? Why you looking so hard? Oh, bitch, she gonna tell us. Girl, she went over there to Famous crib. Now, see, Famous was taking all of the little, listing all the stuff. Damn, there's so much stuff coming in and all this stuff. He irks me sometimes. It's like, when you look at somebody and their voice, you hear their voice, and it's like their voice don't match their bodies. And that's what it is. Like, I don't know. I look at Famous. I just don't expect him to have a deep voice like that and to sound so goofy. Well, he do look goofy, so I ain't gonna say that part. But I just don't expect him to have such a deep voice like that. So sometimes it throws me off, but it adds to the character and the goofiness that he is. Because once he got through, doing his little diligence or whatever with the their little operation and all that stuff. You know, at one point, Paul came down there to talk to Kanan and be like, listen, bruh, you got all this stuff going on and you told me that I was going to bring in some money or whatever. This wasn't going to affect my actual business, that my carriers and all that stuff, they either doing more stuff for you and not even doing stuff for my job that I'm supposed to be doing. So what's good? And he was like, don't worry about it. And he gave him some money. He was like, well, this ain't going to be enough or whatever. He said it's going to be enough to hold you down for right now. I said, Paul, this is what you signed up for, so you just going to have to deal with it at this point. But later, Famous was like, he was done. He said, I'm finna go on vacation. I said, nigga, where you finna go? To bed. Basically. And so at this point, Raquel knocks at the door. And when he said, Kanan not here, she said, open up this door. So of course, he opened the door. Kanan told me not to let you in. Kanan told me not to let you in. That's all that he kept on saying. It was like, oh, don't play with me, Famous. Don't play with me. What you up in here doing? I'm just writing and smoking weed. That ain't even mad. That's probably somebody from down the hall. But the blunt right there. I said, nigga, you can't lie for shit. Okay? It don't even be making sense. Meanwhile, she going through their bags and stuff and see Kanan's book bag. Put the thing down on the couch and opened up her bag and took a gun out and put it in his bag. Baby, when she pulled that gun out her bag and Famous said, Miss Rock! All right, y'all. I rewinded that shit so many times because I was like, is he really surprised or was this supposed to come out Miss Rock? Like it came out so animated and his voice was just so high pitched. It was so fucking funny. And I said, damn. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, you know, Raquel gonna do what she gotta do to get what she want. And what she wanted was to get Kanan back in her clutches. So basically, when Kanan went to school and went through the metal detector went off and he got sent to the principal office. And usually when stuff like that happen, they don't go through all of them protocols, whatever. They call the cops right away. You're gonna go to jail. Okay? And you're gonna have to come down there and get them or whatever. But the principal and all that stuff took leniency on him. And Raquel came up there. Boy, what you do? I said, I know you not finna act your ass off. She acted like she ain't know shit about that gun. Where did you get it from, Kanan? You putting me up in jeopardy and you gonna put yourself up in jeopardy? Okay, oh my God, Kanan, what is your problem? I said, Raquel, you better fucking act. You are evil and diabolical. I was like, your son could have went to jail though. What if the principal really wasn't that, you know, cool or whatever and understanding that child? Because she was like, you know, my family, we been met with some violence recently. And she was like, I know that. And see, that's the reason why I haven't called the cops about this. Because usually when we do that, they put you up in jail. Okay, and they have to figure that out. But I'm going to give you a little bit of leniency, right? I'm going to call the social worker. Plus, you got a cop down there that's vouching for you, Kanan, that's looking out for you, Detective Howard. And so, what we going to do is we going to get this social worker to come through. And they going to put you on this thing for 6 months. And they going to be popping in, popping out randomly. You ain't going to know. Okay? And just to see how the conditions are at the house and all that stuff. And if you don't comply and you're not there, y'all both going to go to jail. I said, God damn. I said, Raquel, on the one hand, I understand, but on the other hand, girlfriend, no. You are not making the situation better for yourself because he's going to figure out that you did the shit. Because he was adamant about the fact that that wasn't his gun because it wasn't. And so, you know, he was trying to leave and go to Famous house. And she was like, no, you're coming home because you heard what the lady said. And then when he got up there into the house and then to the room or whatever, I'm looking at the room and I said, you know what, Kanan, I would rather want to be here, okay, than to be where they was at, you know. Y'all look like y'all probably got roaches over there in Famous crib, and it looked like it smelled good up in Raquel place. Listen, you know, any, meeny, miny, mo, okay? But, you know, he feeling some type of way. And speaking of Raquel, baby, Raquel and Unique, They was over there kicking it with each other for a second. And when Unique came up behind her, she was like, listen, we're going to have to put a pause on this. I said, now hold on. Because he was like, Kanan going to be coming home soon. And it was like, oh, y'all fixed that? She was like, I'm trying. I said, they really got feelings for each other. And he was like, it's cool because, it ain't nothing like that, nothing deep or whatever. That's what niggas and bitches say when they know that it really is. And they getting feelings, they try to convince themselves to know that so that it won't quote unquote hurt them when they be like, I'm gonna put a pause on it, or we can't be doing this no more or whatever. And he was like, that's cool or whatever. But one more for the road. I said, go ahead, bitch. The whole time the song, go listen to Victoria Monet's song on Jaguar 2 called Goodbye. It's the last song. And it literally is what this was about. This gonna be the last time, and we gonna make it the good time, okay? Before we say goodbye, let's get it in one more time. I was just looking at them like, this ain't the last time. But okay, I said, well, Raquel, I mean, if you want to fuck that nigga, let him fuck that nigga. Just don't do it all the way up in the house all the time. You know what I'm saying? But Unique already got cussed out by his girlfriend. She was like, you fucking other bitches. You fucking other bitches. And he was like, I can't deal with this shit right now. And he was like, why don't you go get that bitch to go do your laundry and then take care of your fucking crazy ass brother. I said, ooh. All right, at this point, I just want him to let her go. But of course, he's not, because she's the mother of his child, his son. So he got to protect them. And hey, don't tell him what's going to happen if they get from under his clutches. I don't know what Unique would do. Not Unique, but Ronnie would do. Ronnie is crazy. We just going to have to admit that to ourselves. I feel like we already know that. We've been admitting it. Because at one point, oh, I got to sneeze. It's going to come later. Ronnie went down to the bingo. Oh, excuse me. Ronnie went down to the bingo. Ooh, I didn't got spit on my shirt. Spittle. Dean coming up with his, and y'all remember Dean. Dean used to be the supplier, the connector, whatever, for Raquel. Before they had the little battle of the streets and all that stuff between Raquel and Unique and all that. So, and they used to meet up with him. He do his business in the bingo hall with his grandma there. And then when he be doing the business, he turn her hearing aid off so she can't hear shit. That's what it be. And so he come up in there to bring his grandma up in there. Why is Ronnie sitting up in the seat already? I said, child, what? Dean looking like, what the fuck is you doing here? It was like, yo, I need some product. He was like, I don't work with you. I don't work with your kind, meaning your family, because he said the last name, the Mathis family. I don't work with y'all. I don't do nothing with y'all at all. And I don't supply anything out there to South Jamaica. So you need to go somewhere else. You need to get your shit somewhere else. And then Ronnie got all up in his face and yoked him up a little bit until one of Dean's dude had to come through and put the gun in his belly, disguise it though for him to move back. And it was like, get the fuck up out of here. And I said, oh, we finna do this in front of all these old people. This is a lie. Ronnie, you gotta calm the hell down, sir. Calm down. Okay, I said, you just can't come busting up in people's shit and demand this stuff. Meanwhile, he done went over there trying to get the Juliana in them, because that's what Dean said. I don't run stuff out in drugs through South Jamaica, Queens. Raquel and them, they was getting their stuff from the Colombians, and you need to go over there and talk to them. That's what you need to do. And they tried to, and old boy said, first of all, we don't fuck with Unique, so therefore we don't fuck with you. And Ronnie said, whatever Unique did, that ain't got nothing to do with me. It was like, if he a problem, I can find a solution. There's always a solution. I said, wait a minute. Hold on. And at that moment, I became scared for Unique. Because Juliana, when she was listening to it, now listen, y'all already know the history. Unique tied up Juliana and did all that stuff. That's why she don't like him, okay? Understandable, right? That's when they was going back and forth with Rock, okay? Understandable. And then Rock came through, did what she had to do. Juliana was mad when Rock started linking up with Unique. That's where they started to fall out, all right? And so when Ronnie was saying all this stuff, the cousin was just like, you gonna have to go. Meanwhile, Juliana, she just standing there like she listening and intrigued or whatever. I said, y'all finna link up? it felt like her little cootie pots got a little moist down there listening to Ronnie, especially when he said, it's always some solutions we can come to about Unique. I said, excuse me, you finna take your brother out? Because that's all I heard. He may not have said the words, but I heard that's how it interpreted in my head. And then Unique had told Rock that Ronnie had went down there to Dean, and then Unique had confronted him about going to Dean. This nigga sat there eating that pizza with no emotion and said, I ain't never talked to Dean. Dean told me. I ain't never seen that nigga. Well, Dean told me that you went down there, you talking to him or whatever, and he was like, you know what? Fuck you, Ronnie. I said, oh my God. And it was just the way that Ronnie looked at him and the way that Ronnie kept on saying, it wasn't me or I didn't do it with a straight face, no emotion at all. And when he told him, fuck you, Ronnie, I said, oh my God, Unique, I feel like you just, I just feel like you just marked your own death. I don't want it to happen. It is about to give Kanan Abel a little bit. Because at this point, it feels like Ronnie just wants to be the big man on top. I don't know if he necessarily wants to be the big man on top, but he just want to be in the game again. He want that street respect again. And he sees that Unique has it. And Unique is the one calling all the shots and everything. And he feel like Unique messing up the stuff that he did already put out. And I don't know. And that whole, we can find a solution. And then when Unique told him, fuck you, Ronnie, I was like, oh my God, I just feel like he finna take a brick and bust his head open. I don't know. And play daddy to his kid. I don't know. It just gives that feeling, right? I was like, oh my God, Unique might not be with us long. Okay? And I don't want that to happen. All right. Meanwhile, Detective Power had to talk to what's her name? About the whole situation with what's she doing? Cause when they was outside the house, mind you, Kanan was looking out the window. I don't know if he heard what was going on, but he definitely saw them talking, okay? And he was basically like, you need to get your shit together. I'm done working with you. I'm done helping you. Because at this point in time, the cops, you think that you getting away with stuff and you think that they ain't looking, because when she went over there to Famous crib, the FBI was up there watching her and taking pictures and all that stuff. So I'm like, damn. So if they keeping tabs on you, they damn sure keeping tabs on Kanan. That's what Howard is saying, okay? And so it was like, you're going to have to find something else, all right? Because they not buying this Camacho shit, all right? You're going to have to watch your back, and I'm going to just tell you this. I can't help you no more. We done. I said, oh, shit. Rock is going to be out here on the limb, okay? Tina Marie. Baby, and speaking of music, I am the music, melodies, and harmonies. Oh my God, I gotta go listen to that. You may play me on your radio. If you know where that came from, you are all right with me. Okay, that is a hidden gem. Anyway, we got Lou, I was just really confused as to how Lou was able to be there for Kanan, but he wasn't able to be there for Jukebox because he got his ass drunk as shit and he got himself thrown into the drunk tank, okay? But you was able to be there for Kanan, and you didn't even call Jukebox. Did you call Jukebox and apologize or whatever? No, you did not. So, Marvin had came over there and was having a little conversation with him, and he was a little upset and in his feelings that he did miss it, but he was glad because Juke wound up getting into the group. The lady showed up, and she was like, oh my God, did I make it? She said, did I come all the way over here to Queens just to tell you that you did it? Because they weren't answering the phone and stuff. And I said, you know what, that's understandable. I don't know the number. I ain't finna answer no damn phone. I don't know the number, okay? They probably had the little box caller ID when you start 69 and shit. Baby, Star 69 was a time back in the day, okay? Y'all remember when the caller ID used to be like, oh, we had a Meritech. So you had like they had this like little white box or whatever that you plug into it, and then it'll just pop the number up or whatever. Oh, it was a time. Okay, that was the phone company that we used. Anyway, moving back. So she into the group, right? But I don't know about this group. The group ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna go nowhere. I feel like it's gonna self implode because of the simple fact that when Jukebox came to the place where they were supposed to be rehearsing and meeting up together because it's a three-part group, I do love the fact that when the lady was sitting there talking to Marvin and Juke and she said, yes, she'll do it, Marvin stood up for her and said, listen, she's not going to change who she is. She's going to be Jukebox. All of her. And I said, oh my God, Marvin. Marvin is learning, okay? Marvin is learning. And the lady was like, no, that's what exactly we want. We got one girl that's going to be like the girly girl, and we want Jukebox to keep her name, and we want her to be the tomboy. I said, that's just undercover code for the gay one, the stud of the group. You know, so they disguised it as the tomboy. I said, y'all finna give off these fake-ass TLC vibes and everything. And they came up in there to the group or whatever at the, well, Juke heard somebody in there singing, and it was the girl Crystal that came up into the bathroom last week episode talking about something. I got it, and you bitches can go home. She got a nasty ass attitude, and if anything, she's gonna be the reason why the group don't go nowhere. Okay, because she thinks she hot shit, and she thinks it's all about her, and baby girl, it's not. Okay. If you want to do all of that stuff, you need to do a solo career. And obviously, you're not good enough to be in a solo career because that's why you have to audition to be in a group, okay? To launch you off to probably go to a solo career first. That's just how it does, okay? And then the other girl that knew her, they gave her the mid, her name is Aisha. She was the third girl. And of course, them two, you already know each other. They had a little, conversing with each other, whatever. They got a good repertoire with each other. But Crystal was just so egotistical and all that. So Miss Girly that put them together, she basically came through and said, bitch, I don't give a fuck how you feel. I don't care what you think. This group ain't your group. This is my group. I tell you what to do, and you gonna do it, okay? Your mama ain't got shit to say about this. Your daddy ain't got shit to say about this. Your friends ain't got shit to say about this. It's what the fuck. Baby, you talking to me like that, I'm gonna have to exit out, okay? Because I already know we ain't finna do this. Girl, no. I don't want success that bad in this field, okay? Because if I have to be disrespected and to talk to like that on our initial meeting as a group as a whole, girl, please, okay? And then they gonna name the group Butter. That is so 90s. Oh, I said, we gonna see how this go. I said, so now, what if Jukebox get accepted to the Army, okay, and now you in a group? How this gonna work, But hey, we'll see. But anyway, Lou told Marvin, first of all, he was like, I didn't want to disappoint my niece. I said, you already did. You stole her song for your dead bitch. I shouldn't have said it like that. Oh, damn. Well, that is what it is. I'm sorry, but that's just what it is. You stole her song. You took her song for that girl, okay? And she couldn't even sing, and she did that. So you disappointed her. You hurt her. You ain't even disappointed her. You hurt her. You hurted her to her core. Okay, that's what you did. Meanwhile, Lou wanted to take Marvin to something, and he wound up taking him to the bar down in Manhattan. I said, y'all all the way up in Manhattan. You go to Queens to Manhattan, all that. Okay. And talking to Shirley about everything that was going on. Because remember, at the end of last week's episode, I don't know if I put that in there, but he gonna link up with Shirley and they gonna run that place. She gonna give him, let him run the place and, get more people up in there. And they was talking about it. And basically, she said she don't see herself being there for another 2 years. And, Lou literally has that music gene just like his dad. And he was like, we could renovate the place. We could get people to come in and, do this and do that. It's a room in the back. We could make studio time and get some of these performances on wax and all of that. And at first, Marvin was like, I don't know. But then he said, okay, cool. I'm going to be in on it. But at one point, Marvin was trying to run drugs out the place. And Lou said, no, we're not finna do that. Let me just have this. Because at first, Lou was like, we're not finna run rock shit through this. And he was like, no, this is for me. I'm trying to make money for myself. And he was like, that's fine or whatever. You can make money from the door. You can make money from any and everything else inside of here. But we're not doing no drug shit. Okay? And I feel Lou. Lou been trying to get out the game for a minute. And it was just Raquel that was, keeping him back. But at the same time, speaking of, girl, I'm just so winded. What is that? That's how it tastes. Okay. Anyway, you get Roddy at the end of this episode. Now, girl, I'm just so glad it wasn't unique. Because if it would have came that quick, I would have been so mad. I would have been so in my feelings. Because I'm like, God damn. It's too fast. We only 4 episodes in. Give us some time. Unique came up there. Well, not Unique. We see Dean at his grandmama's place, right? He had went to go get her some soda, as y'all say. And she's just the cutest relationship. Baby, these people be out here doing the most devastating stuff, but just be such family people. You know? And they just be killing me. Like, serial killers be out here being serial killers and be daddies at home and be like the #1 dad to their kids. Like, what? People don't even be knowing. And he was up there for to change the battery for his grandmama's hearing aid. He goes into the he took the hearing aid off. He was taking the battery out. He's in there about to put the battery in there. Baby, Ronnie came up the back steps like he was fucking Michael Myers and saw the butcher knife or the long knife that was on the goddamn cutting board, picked that bitch up and stabbed Dean in his liver, kidneys, guts, and everything. I said, oh my God. He said, because you talk too much, nigga. He ain't mad at the fact that Dean told him to get the fuck about his face. He was mad at the fact that Dean told Unique that he was down there to talk to him. I said, what the fuck? And not only did he do that and drop Dean, I said, damn, Dean, every time I see you in something, you always die. You died on the wire, okay? Dad, you died on here while you was up there just trying to fix your grandmama hearing aid. And then the fact that grandma was up in there looking at Supermarket Sweep and she was just having a good old time. She couldn't hear shit, but she could see what was going on. And she just... Because I was like, Dean, don't you touch her. Don't you... I said, what's his name? Ronnie, don't you fucking touch her. Okay? But he did it. And then this is how crazy this bitch is. After he stabbed him up and dropped his ass, he looked around the corner and he saw grandma just laughing at the supermarket sweep. Baby, why did he go back and he put the hearing aid, the battery, and the little screwdriver that was meant for it? He put it in order and made sure it was lined up, and he made sure that the mat that was on the table was smoothed out and in place. I said, if you don't get the hell up out of here. Ronnie is crazy. Ronnie gotta go, but at the same time, I want him to stay. Because he about to shake some shit up, okay? That nigga is crazy. But that was Raising Kanan season 3, episode 4. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about it. And y'all think Ronnie might try to take Unique out? Y'all think Juliana and Ronnie might link up or something? Because Juliana was staring intensely at Ronnie. I said, girls, you like the psychos, okay? We see your type. But anyway, y'all put it down in the comments and I will see y'all later. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Peace.